One time at Bandcamp. Sending a special.
My name is DJ Bandcamp, originally from Youngstown, Ohio. Official DJ for the Indiana Pacers, official DJ for Stalley of Maybach Music, official DJ for BET 106 & Park. Growing up in Youngstown is different. I think our population is only 50,000 people. I grew up on the east side, Lincoln Knolls. It was a tough neighborhood, you know. Ended up moving out of there, a nicer part a little bit, like on the north side of Youngstown, but still in the hood, you know how it is. But it was cool, man. Youngstown taught me a whole lot about who I am, you know, taught me how to be a strong person, taught me about perseverance and just never giving up on anything, you know, no matter what, you know, no matter what your circumstances are, you can make it out. My grandmother was a pastor of a church, and I grew up playing drums there. So, like, since I can remember, I was, like, beating on drums. So that kind of just influenced me heavily, you know, being in church and playing in drums. And then I also played in my high school marching band. So I went to the University of Cincinnati. I was also in the UC marching band. Originally went to school to be a pharmacist. When I graduated school, I was offered an opportunity to work for a pharmaceutical company called Humana. So I started working, and then at the same time that I started working, I started DJing. And DJing was just a hobby. Like, I just loved music, and I always got the new music, and I had an iPod, and I had it in my car, and I was just always playing new music. So I started teaching, and teaching for me made sense because I didn't have to work any weekends. I got Christmas break, summer break, all those holidays off, which were all key DJing times, so it made sense. At first, like I said, I didn't go to school to be a teacher, so I really didn't know what I was getting myself into, but then I started loving it. And I was loving the relationships I was building with the kids, being able to impact the youth that way, like, and you can see the direct result in front of you is like totally different. As I continue in my career, DJing also I was doing on the side, I ended up meeting Stalley. A long story short, he asked me to become his official DJ, but I was still working. So I asked if I could just finish out, you know, this last year, and then at the end of the year, I'll come on board. And he was like, cool. When it came to the end of the year, it took me a while for it to manifest that this is about to happen. And I remember the school was like blowing my line up, blowing my email up about coming in to sign my contract for the next year. And I'm just in my head like, yo, am I really about to leave everything that I know, all this education that I had to go do music, not making enough money for it to make sense yet? I prayed about it. I spoke with my family about it and just came to the decision that I'm gonna do it. Bandcamp meant something to me because I was in a marching band. And at first when I came with my name, people like laughed about it because it was like they get it, but it was like corny. It's crazy now because now it's like a household name and it's like, it like means a little something. I made this mixtape called Welcome to Bandcamp where I incorporated marching band music into like hip hop music. And that kind of really like sprung the Bandcamp brand to another level. Like people were like, okay, now we really get it. Like now we see what he's trying to do. I would be remiss if I didn't say I got to give a big ups to DJ Steph Floss. DJ Steph Floss was my biggest influencer, and he probably has no idea. When I was coming into the DJ game, Steph Floss was probably the biggest name in Ohio at the time. And he was DJing for the Cavs, he was DJing for the radio, he had like the hottest radio mix show. He was winning awards for it. He was DJing for LeBron. He was DJing for Nike. He was doing a whole lot. So I modeled my entire brand off of him. I just got mad respect for him. Mad respect to you, Floss. My first tour ever was with Kendrick Lamar and Stalley and TDE. I kind of built a relationship with a few of the people from BET. It was in Atlanta, Georgia. It was the biggest show on the tour, maybe about 3,000 people or so. and they asked me if I would host it. And I'm like, yeah. The people were loving it. The crowd went crazy. The people from BET was liking it. And then from that point on, I hosted the rest of the tour. Someone told me before, nothing slows you down like being in a hurry. You know, you always feel like it needs to happen at your pace and at your time, not really realizing that God has a bigger plan for you. You know what I'm saying? So when you think so many people stop before they even reach the goal and they're right at the goal and don't even know it, I want people to know that I'm them. You know what I'm saying? I'm a kid from a small town, from a small city that overcame some things, like a lot of us, and I'm just chasing a dream. Yo, my name is DJ Bandcamp. Shout out to the Get Out Project. I'm here with them right now, and I want to make sure that you get up, get out, and do something.
They ain't made me what I am, they just found me like this. I was ready. Fuck that, I've been ready since my dad used to